I mean, you talk about Israel and Palestine. I mean, I've publicly said I don't agree with what Netanyahu's doing.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I've said this. I think that it's extremely heavy-handed. I mean, I feel that the amount of deaths that's happening in Palestine is unwarranted. But you got all these people in America, free Palestine, the Zionists are evil, they have no right to do anything. None of these people have been in the military. None of them live in Israel and had to deal with the reality of a mass attack where hundreds of people are dying, kidnappings are happening, missiles are constantly being launched against you. You really don't have a right to talk about what's happening in a totally different place without having the people that are protesting, how many of them have even been to Israel?
Yeah,
Maybe 0%?
Yeah, I don't choose to speak on something until I hear both sides of anything.
There is both sides.
Generally.
I say that both sides are wrong.
Mm-hmm.
The Palestinians, Hamas is wrong and Israel is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I've said this on the Breakfast Club. And I'm Jewish, and I've been to Israel, and I've been to Palestine. But what I'm saying is, when you live in a place where missiles are being launched against you every day, they have to have that Iron Dome situation to shoot down missiles. Imagine living like that.
Yeah.
And imagine having to react when things just go over the top.
Mm-hmm.
When people are hang gliding into a concert and start opening fire and start kidnapping people. How would you feel if you were on that side? I'm sure it's a little different than going home and watching Netflix at home and having your little Palestinian flag up and protesting. It's a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say either side is right, but it's a little bit different when you're sitting there on your couch tweeting about it, as opposed to, like you said, every person in Israel who's over the age of 18 has served in the military and has probably seen some level of violence during that tour. Because you're required. This is why a lot of Israeli families move out of the U.S. when their kids start to get a certain age, because they don't want them serving in the military and potentially getting killed.
Right.
Because that happens very often.
I got you. Yeah.
It's a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean, not to detour into that. I mean, I just basically, I'm mentioning that because of what's going on in this country and with the whole, the generation coming up, being able to choose a side, or there was always something that you lived or died for in decades past. You find who you are, and what side you stand on. It's much less of that now because there's. Yeah. It's not much of an obstacle in life.
It's like, who are you going to tweet about? That's the bigger story now.
You're right, exactly.
Are you going to tweet about this person or that person?
And bless their hearts, it's not the generation's fault.
Yeah.
But it's like you have to police yourself. You have to look deeper. You have to be just like when we talked about when somebody is becoming famous or whatever, you have to police yourself. You have to, when everybody else is kissing your ass, you have to basically find some normalcy. You can't let that shit happen. Getting back to what the whole thing with Mike Epps and how I identified with that so much. I think I talked about one time is that fact that how I lost my own mother, right?
Yeah, you talked about that.
Yeah. How I'm talking to my mother and I'm saying that I'm burying bodies under the crawl space of my house. And she's agreeing with me. And I'm like, lady, are you listening to me?
I met your mother, by the way. Very nice lady.
Yeah. No, you didn't. That was my that was my mother-in-law.
Oh, your mother-in-law.
But I call her mom.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
You introduced me as okay.
Yeah.
As your mother. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. But the point is, oh my God, it's like this the cult of personality and celebrity can just drive you off a fucking cliff. And a lot of people. I mean, I'm fortunate because I never needed celebrity or money to get women, which is a big flaw in a lot of cats' game, right? Once they get money, then they get women that they never were able to get. And that can drive you into your 60s, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
If cats took control of the sexual shit, do you understand how much bullshit that they would avoid?
Yeah.
When you think about all of this, like
Men
R.
gonna be men,
Kelly,
though. Men are gonna be men.
if he handled the sexual shit, if this, just keep going down the line. That sexual conquest shit is so deep in the male psyche. It drives us for a lot of the faults. And so if you got that shit in check, you're going to avoid a whole lot of other things. You're going to understand and be able to not only pick the right woman, but not get caught up with all the dumb shit. And then, it's like, why are you going to, sometimes you go, okay, you think that's a dime piece? The one with all this fakeness all about her? That's who you want to raise your children? Think about it. You thinking in the moment, or so. But it's a thing. Like, so if folks, I don't know. I remember when I was with Jim Brown and in the troop, when we were doing a lot of things in prisons. We did this thing where we would be talking to a lot of inmates, and one time we had about 60, and we everybody who didn't think that they were inside because of a woman thing, we broke it down, and everybody in there realized the root to why they were in prison was from a woman, or the sexual thing. It's like, so I had to make money. Why? Because I have, and then so you could get what? Okay, you're done. Okay, you shot so and so. Why? Because he was disrespecting me. Why? Because I was, because I was the, he was in front of a woman. Okay, yep. We just kept doing that, and it's like, man, if people just even if a rites of passage were to figure out that shit early on.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like most beef between men is over a woman, but they rarely admit to it. It's always the secret that they just chose not to mention.
Yeah, it's like, I didn't shoot him over the $5. It was the principle of the thing. All right, and then you just go, the principle of the thing. Yeah, because I ain't gonna be the when you keep track. No, man, you're gonna be because when it comes down to it, you want to be that dominant male that gets the women. So
no, I mean, there's a story we reported on in Atlanta where this guy basically killed his best friend over $35, and the guy looked like he was about 60.
But it's never over $35.
Yeah. It's over something else.
It's over the principle of the situation. Because you were disrespecting me.
Yeah. Oh, you think you can play with me, huh?
Right.
I'm going to show you.
Exactly.
Well, you showed him.
Yep.
And now you're in prison for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
And this was like your best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.